lives, to protect American soil, to keep our nation free. It is with this sort of rhetoric that President Bush and members of Congress passed the Patriot Act, the Military Commissions Act, and the Real ID Act into law. These pieces of legislation now represent the greatest threat to our liberty that we have faced in the past 30 years. These acts corrupt and destroy the very foundation that our nation is built upon. We have suffered from far-sightedness for far too long. We stand blind to the daggers of the mind that now threaten our liberty. We must repeal these acts, for they violate the ideals of our founders, and because they continue to erode the worldwide view of America. The Patriot Act, first passed in 2001, was designed to protect America in the wake of 9/11. This protection the Patriot Act gives is a pirate one, as it destroys the liberty and freedom that we seek to save. Judicial review and the Fourth Amendment have been done away with in favor of an Orwellian-style national security letters. These letters are subpoenas that require no judicial review, no evidence, and no probable cause. They can be issued to spy on American forces suspected of no crime. They can be issued at the whim of any mid-level federal bureaucrat. These national security letters also come with a non-disclosure clause, which means the recipient of one cannot bring his case to public. He cannot tell anyone. He cannot tell his family. He cannot tell his friends. He must hide his involvement in his own case or face federal prosecution. This unconstitutional power that the government has given itself has been abused constantly since its conception. The Patriot Act was used to prosecute the webmaster of a Stargate SG-1 fan site. I would hardly claim that an SG-1 fan is a terrorist. It has also been used to rid New Jersey train stations of their homeless population. And again, I would hardly think they are terrorists. Habeas corpus was one of our founding principles of our nation, and like the Fourth Amendment, it has been done away with in the favor of national security. The Military Commissions Act gives the President and Secretary of Defense power to declare any person an unlawful enemy combatant without a shred of evidence, and then this unlawful enemy combatant can be denied a speedy public jury trial in favor of a secret military tribunal. They are denied habeas corpus, and they be held and tortured for as long as the executive branch desires. In two separate cases, Rashul v. Bush and Haddam v. Rumsfeld, the Supreme Court has ruled that the executive branch has no right to deny them access to the normal U.S. justice system. However, these military commissions still exist through the shady legalese in the Military Commission Act of 2006. Justice should not and cannot be conducted in a shadowy prison on an island ruled by an aging dictator. Our federal government is trillions of dollars in debt, and they continue to spend and spend and spend for the $23.1 billion that the Real ID Act needs to function. The Real ID Act is designed to turn on driver's license into a de facto national ID that we would be required to have with us every time we enter a federal building or an airplane. They would swipe your ID and automatically have access to all your personal information, as with every other state in the Union, since the Real ID networks every state's driver database together. Also, like the Patriot Act and the Military Commissions Act, the original legislation of Real ID Act placed the Department of Homeland Security above judicial review, above the reach of the law. The worldwide view of America has degraded since 2000. Our foreign policy, our domestic policy, our treatment of detainees, and our hypocrisy have all led the world to thinking that we are Caligulas of Rome, that we abandon our ideals, our freedom, and our liberty in the sake of keeping our nation safe. The reports of Americans torturing other humans have done nothing save give our enemies more weapons of propaganda that they may use to recruit more and more disenfranchised and impoverished people across the world to their radical cause. The United States of America was the first nation to bring democracy and freedom to the modern world. We have weathered the great storms of history. We have stood the test of time. And now we stand at the crossroads. We stand at the same crossroads as the Roman Republic, as the Florentine Republic, and as the English Commonwealth. We have a choice to make. Do we stay true to the ideals of our founders, or do we compromise in the name of national security? For the Patriot Act, the Military Commissions Act, and the Real ID Act cannot coexist with freedom and liberty. Yet the Rubicon is not crossed yet. The die is not cast. We still have time to right the course of this troubled ship before the cancerous disease of tyranny embeds itself too far within the heart of America. And that is why we must repeal these acts that threaten the checks and balances that safeguard our nation and ourselves. Thank you. I yield my time to questions.
Questions? Okay.
Yeah.